Lez Hang Out. And let's talk about what Lez is about. And let's listen to two lesbians shout. Lez Hang Out.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Lez Hang Out. I'm Ellie Brigida.
And I'm Lee Holmes Foster, and here's what's happening this week.
This week in the Lesdom.
This week in the Lesdom is a place where we can touch base each episode about things going on with the podcast or otherwise. In season 9, we're continuing to release our Patreon bonus episodes. You can listen to those at bit.ly/lespatreon, and your support helps us fund our small team and keep making the show for you. So thank you so much.
In the greater Lez universe, I don't know about all of you, but is anyone working harder than Anne Hathaway right now to keep the gays fed?
No.
Talk about Mother Mary indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So Anne Hathaway starring in Mother Mary right now, which people are losing their minds about. I haven't seen it yet because, of course, it's in theaters and we all know my life. But have you seen it? I
haven't seen it. I really want to. Honestly, you saying that right now, I'm like, I'm going to try to watch it. I'm getting married this week, but after that.
Yeah, you should, quick honeymoon to the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
You know how infrequently I see movies in theaters. And I'm like, can I make this one be the movie I see in a theater this year? Super want to see Mother Mary. And then she's like second face with Dakota Johnson in the Verity trailer. So there's just no harder working woman.
And The Devil Wears Prada
Hollywood
2,
right now.
We know is going to be should have been gay.
Truly, how could I even have forgotten that? This, give the gays everything they want.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway.
Nailed it.
Also in the greater Lez universe, Heartstopper is making a movie to wrap up their love story, which is going to be so cute. There's 3 seasons of Heartstopper. I don't know how many. Have you seen it, Lee?
No, I still haven't.
Lee.
I know, I'm so sorry.
So cute, so gay, and excited to see how they wrap everything up. I feel like it's helpful to know when something's supposed to end. I feel like a lot of the times Netflix just cancels shit and you have no clue what's going to happen. So it's sort of nice to be all right, 3 full seasons. Now they're going to make one movie that wraps everything up in a nice bow. We'll see how that goes, but excited to see it.
Remember when we bullied Netflix into giving us that for Sense8? Amazing.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Also in the greater Lez universe, Has Been Hotel, another show that I'm going to get around to watching at some point, already has a season 5 final season announcement, even though I believe season 3 hasn't even come out yet. So love that for them. Although to be fair with streaming these days, I still don't trust it. I never get my heart set on anything until it is out. Because remember when we were supposed to have a season 2 of League of Their Own? And then they were like, oh no, it won't be a full season. It'll just be a short season. And then we were like, okay, fine. I guess I will live with that. And then they were like, oh, actually, no, it's just going to be maybe a movie. And then we were like, okay, I guess fine. And then they were like, ha 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 ha, fuck you guys. So
yep, we remember.
Listen, all I'm saying is psyched for Has Been Hotel. Everyone that I know that has watched it seems to say it's great. I really hope it happens. That's all.
Me too.
Well, that's what's happening this week. So back to you, Ellie and Lee.
Thanks, Ellie and Lee, and welcome to our 166th installment of Should Have Been Gay.
Oh, it was fun, it was great, but it should have been a little more gay.
And in this week's episode, it's such a wonder to be under her spell. What a woman in total control of herself.
Nice.
I had a lot of there's so many
good witch songs,
options, but we went more modern because we're doing the throwback movie,
Yes,
a little best of both worlds. So, and we are so excited this week. Beyond just the movie we're going to dive into, we have a special guest joining us. We have Nicole Georges, or Georges, depending on where you are in the world, who is a queer writer, illustrator, graphic memoirist, podcaster, professor, has a book that I think just came out as of us recording this, right? Yesterday, called Emotional Support Animals. She's flashing it at us right now.
You can all see it in this audio
illustrations, worksheets, and practices. Trust us, it looks great, and so does Nicole, and we're so excited to have you here.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yay, welcome. We were also chatting a little bit before about The Gay Amazing Race, your podcast about The Amazing Race and how gay it should have been / turned into eventually, which we love.
I do a lot of fan fiction work.
Mm-hmm. And you've come to the right place.
Like once we ran out of archival episodes to go through talking about representation and we started recapping the show as it's happening now, there was a lot of supposedly straight people that we had to read a lot into.
Mm-hmm. And we love that. That's why we're here today. I would love, before we start with our IMDb synopsis, can you tell us a little bit about emotional support animals?
Thank you for asking.
Yeah, flash it at us
I'm
again.
going to hold
quick.
up the book just for the audio.
We love
for
it.
people who are listening, I'm holding up the book so you can
looks
see
amazing
with your ears. This is a book full of illustrations of animals saying therapeutic things that I have heard or learned from 25 years of therapy and recovery and support groups. And there are also lots of grounding exercises and worksheets for people to do at home, like when you're feeling spun out, when your phone is glued to your face with doom, you want to put it down, you're like, well, what am I supposed to do? You can just take out your pen or pencil, do some worksheets in here, and like come back to planet Earth. So you can build capacity to do more for the world that you love.
I love it. I also love like these adorable animals on the front.
Well, I was going to say, to paint a word picture for our listeners, there's all of these extremely cute animals looking like they're ready to emotionally support you.
And
they're
each
ready.
Other. Yeah,
they're locked in.
We've got a pug, we've got a frog, we've got a raccoon, alligator, I believe.
An
otter, cat. I think some other animal as well. Another dog on the left corner.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, we've got a rescue.
No, that's the otter.
We got a rescue.
Oh, the fox on the fox one.
Fox. Is that a fox?
Maybe. Oh, no, it could be like a chihuahua. Yeah.
And this,
yes.
For the lesbians listening, this cat has a tipped ear. It's been trapped and spayed.
Just so you know. I love it. I also have like a little blurb here. It says some of the affirmations are, just because someone's having a big reaction doesn't mean I did anything wrong. Say it again for us listeners. Say it again.
Isn't that hard to believe?
Ellie needs that on a t-shirt, I think.
Yes. Correct.
Or like possibly stuck to your mirror. I don't know.
I need to write it.
It's going to be.
Yeah. I need to write like Bart Simpson 100 times on the chalkboard.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm going to keep this like right by my bedside. Actually, most nights I listen to an affirmation YouTube video. It helps me fall asleep. And now I can like read them, then listen to them with the cute illustrations.
I love that.
So we love it. What was the inspiration for this book? Because you've written other things before this, correct?
Yeah. Well, when I tell you what I've written before, it will all come into focus, which is I do graphic memoirs about really hard things. So my first book was about a palm reader told me my dad was alive when I had been told he was dead my whole life in my 20s. So my first book, Calling Dr. Laura, is about me trying to get to the bottom of that secret, finding out it was true, and then like confronting my mom and talking about child abuse and child neglect and trying to find my dad or decide if I even should. And then my second book, after I did that book came out. My mom gave me a 1-star Amazon review. That's how she felt about the book. And then my dogs died and I had a breakup. And then I went to do a fellowship and I was trying to work on a book about my dog dying of cancer. And I was like, I don't want to do this. But I was like, all right, sister. What do you need to do to sit down at this desk? And I was like, what I need to do is draw an animal I've always wanted to draw, but had no reason to. I was like, okay, great. Here's what you're going to do. To myself, I was like, you're going to sit every day as you're drawing warm up. You're going to draw an animal you've always wanted to draw. And then you're going to have it say one of the things that stuck out to you from therapy this week. Because I was going to like tons of support groups in therapy. Support groups for people that grew up with wild parents, therapy for therapy's sake. And I just was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And so I started doing that in 2013. And I have been I've been drawing these ever since and putting them out as little calendars every year. And now they're collected together as a book.
I have an important question. Do you think the palm reader knew or just got lucky?
I think she struck upon something true. I think that she vibed something. I mean, she also told me I was going to marry a man. You know, she told me like I was going to have 3 pregnancies with 2 children.
Batting average might not be 100. Okay,
but I just think I think like maybe she was psychic somehow. You know, and just like this was a thing she was picking up because it was true. And my family was like, you're so smart. We knew you were going to figure it out someday. It's like, I certainly did not. I did not.
Like this palm reader did.
Maybe she's vibing on like a mask energy, you know?
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, I think it's just because her as the conduit was like, I think you're going to get married at some point, but she didn't understand what that means in gay terms.
She's like, I see a tool belt and like a trucker hat, and I interpreted man. Yeah,
exactly. Because
sure,
but she told me I was going to get married, I think when I was 26. And at some point when I was 26, I had a moment where I was like, why am I tripping out? I don't hurt this much. I was like Charlotte York from Sex and the City. I was like, when's she going to propose? And I was like, why do I care? I was like, oh, because the palm reader told me this was what's going to happen. I can calm down a little bit.
That palm reader really got you.
She got me. But we found her later because I did a podcast called Relative Fiction about this family thing. And we didn't air this episode, but we found her, and she was part of a group of scammy psychics, like a family of scammy psychics that would tell people there were curses on them they had to pay to get rid of and stuff. So it's pretty extraordinary that she did this.
I don't know if I'm more obsessed with that or the 1-star review, because honestly, that is your family like Sicilian? That feels like very something my father's side of the family would do to each other.
Well, my mom's Syrian. But my stepdad is Italian, which I know is a little different than Sicilian in particular. But this combination, I think, of my mom being kind of like a poser Italian and Syrian, I think she's got her own special kind of way of giving me the evil eye.
Incredible.
Not for protection.
Speaking of emotional support animals, are there any mice in the book? That's my segue.
That was a good segue.
That was a great segue. There's two. I have one of my favorite genres from the late 80s, early 90s is talking mice, like the mouse on the motorcycle.
Okay. Yes.
But we have some mice in here.
Love. Yes. And more importantly, are those mice gay? Because that's going to really segue.
Well, there's two.
This movie.
There's one that's nude and one that's wearing clothes, and you can decide.
Yeah, well, that's not a question. We know which one of those is gay.
Well, they're both flaming homosexuals, and they both love the representation, the rodent representation of this film, The Witches.
Hot. Look at us. We've done it.
We really did.
We landed that plane together, all three of us.
Smooth segue.
Yes. Lee, do you want to hit us with our IMDb synopsis?
I would love to, because today we are diving into very specifically the 1990 version of The Witches, the original, the OG, the Anjelica Huston of it all. And our IMDb synopsis is as follows. A young boy stumbles onto a witch convention and must stop them even after he has been turned into a mouse.
Classic.
Which isn't too bad as far as our synopses go, but I bet we can make it gayer. So Nicole, do you have a gayer synopsis for The Witches for
My
us?
synopsis of what this movie's about is a bunch of aging queer femmes get together for a conference, and some butch or trans guys get in their way, and this is not as catchy as the IMDb. Some little butcher trans guys get in their way. The femmes deal with them. And there's also a bisexual grandma crone in the mix.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
I see it.
I see it too. What about you, Ellie?
All right.
What's your synopsis?
Here's my synopsis. Real lesbians dress in ordinary clothes and look very much like ordinary women. They live in ordinary houses and they work in ordinary jobs.
Thank you.
That's it. And they wear sensible shoes.
They wear sensible shoes.
That's what I saw. Yes. What about you, Lee?
Yes, I will say I'm going to go with the same theme in my synopsis, although you know me, Ellie, and you know I love to go deep. So I'm going to go deep in my analysis later on. But I think my gay synopsis for the movie is just I'll stay easy breezy. Grandma Helga revisits her old toxic flame and supports her gay grandson Luke in a tumultuous coming out journey.
Oh.
Pretty big transition.
Yeah, pretty big one.
Him and Bruno transition in front of all these femmes after they hold them down and trick them.
Yeah, it's a whole lot. It's a whole scene.
I feel as though to talk about this film is going to be interesting because it's just like a bunch of villain queer people. But you know what?
Yeah.
I feel like villains are gay, so like let's just lean in.
Bless us, everyone.
Let's do it.
You know?
Yeah.
Tell us about your history. What's your experience with the witches?
As a kid, I was such a huge fan of the talking mouse genre. Aforementioned Mouse on the Motorcycle,
Mhm.
Runaway Ralph. So I
Mhm.
just liked this movie as a kid. And then it was one of the VHSs as an adult that I had, like long after people had TiVo, etc. I was watching VHS tapes in my basement. And I just did it over time of watching this again and again and forcing everyone I've ever dated to watch it. I just was like, Anjelica Huston is a hot femme icon. Like, duh. Like, where did I ever get my sense of what femininity was? Here you have it.
Anjelica Huston. In this particular film, yes.
I mean, I was telling Ellie before when I was a kid, I was like, when I grow up, I want to have black hair and purple eyes. And I was like, where did I get that? Oh, because
Yes.
these witches have purple eyes. And so, and also I'm like haunted as a painter. Also, I think all the time about trapping someone in a painting. The little kids getting trapped in the painting.
You're saying you think about it all the time, like you want to do it, or like it's like a dream of yours to finally trap someone in a painting, or just the concept is fascinating.
Just the concept. Just the concept. Because I have all kinds of, ye olden paintings around my house. And I'm not like tapping on them, seeing if I can get someone to go away. But I think when I'm at an art museum, this floats into.
You've got
no
questions.
questions.
Yeah. Can I tell you, because I, having just rewatched this on my drive from Yosemite today, I don't know that I had seen this movie in, maybe not quite 30 years, but probably close to, right? Like, it had been a long time since I saw it. I was surprised at how much that scene with Erica in the beginning in the painting, I was like, wow, I remember all of this. I was like, this clearly fucked me right up as a kid, because that really stuck in there. I was like, yeah, I know exactly what's coming. There's no surprises here. Some of the rest, I was like, as things were unfolding, I was like, oh, right, I do remember this. That whole scene in the painting, I was like, I remember all of that. Yeah.
I remember
her outfit. I remember that. Yeah.
her
Her
milk
becoming
bucket clanging
old.
to the ground.
Yeah. They really went hard. They
Yeah.
went hard in this movie, I gotta say.
Yeah, I will say, this is my first time seeing it. Sorry, everyone.
Oh, I love that you got to experience this. I'm sad that you didn't get to do it as a child and be pretty messed up.
Yeah,
from it.
I'm like, I don't know if I'm sad I didn't see it as a child. Like, I was watching it. I actually watched it twice today because I was half watching it earlier, and then I was like, I feel like I need to like actually sit and pay attention to this. It's scary.
It's terrifying. This is like full on body horror for kids. Like,
Yes.
what are we doing?
I was like, this is a children's movie, ? And I feel like it's not really a children's movie. Like, the more you watch it, you're like, this is not really for kids. Like, this is for lesbians.
This is an inverse of the substance. This is, you are the end game substance Demi Moore, and you're cool with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you love it. And you're like, oh, I can't believe I have to put this stupid face on.
I can't wait to put this poster back on my face. Yes, exactly.
But we all watched it as kids. That's the thing, is you're saying like this is not a movie for kids. We were kids. This is what they showed kids in the 90s, and we were all just like expected to be fine. They were like, yeah, this is okay. Look at this face. Look at Anjelica Huston's face without the just look at the witch face in this, and then be normal. And we were all like, what?
It's quite terrifying. Yeah, I would have had I think I actually still might have nightmares tonight, but like when I was a kid, I for sure would.
You're like, they'll be more sexually confusing than they might have been.
Yeah.
At age 7.
Yeah, exactly. Will I be sleeping with Anjelica Huston face on or off? Like, I don't know.
No one knows. It starts one way, it ends in the other way. It's just a little terrifying.
Well, I'd be scratching
Which
the
one
scabs,
was hotter, Ellie?
Scratching the scabs off my witch girlfriend. I don't know. I do feel like we can dive into the gayness of it, but the scene in which Anjelica Huston takes her face off and everyone takes the wigs off.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's so, they're like, oh, we've been comp het this whole time. Like, we're finally bald again. Like, we've shaved our heads. We don't care. Like, we take off all the makeup and we are like full sending. We don't shave our armpits. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it was just giving Just like lesbian convention.
The flannels come on. Yeah.
You take the shoes
But let's start,
off.
yeah.
You have your little
Exactly.
stumpy feet. Okay. There's a lot.
Yes, let's dive in. Nicole, since this was your suggestion, where do you want to start? What feels like the most gay about this film? I know.
I mean,
Big
do we need to tell
questions.
people what happens in it, or we can just jump in?
We can just jump in. Do you want to do a quick synopsis, Lee, or no?
Yeah, I mean, quick synopsis. What's funny is like the IMDb synopsis is actually not bad this time around. Like, there's a small boy. His name is Luke. His life terrible by all accounts. Parents dead. Grandma diabetes, the number one concern of children in the 90s and early aughts. Diabetes everywhere. He literally lands at a hotel in a witch convention. Like you do, and then he's got to take down those witches while being a mouse. Like, there's really it's not hiding much. There's not a whole lot of other, like, big plot points to hit. There's a little gay boy named Bruno who's also a mouse now, you know? Like, it's pretty straightforward. And then they turn all the witches into mice, too. And
the witches die a horrible end, but we don't need to talk about that part.
They die a horrible, violent death.
It's really bury your gaze.
In a scene that I do also want to talk about in terms of deeper literary analyses of what's going on, because I find it fascinating. But that's, like, if you don't know the witches, there's a book, there's 2 movies, like, you have so many opportunities to pause now, catch up, and dive in.
Go watch it. It's not very long. Okay, so here's what I want to say. From the beginning, let's go like beginning, the middle is like the best part, and then the end happens too. But in the beginning, his parents die, fine. It's the 80s, 90s, whatever.
Fine. No one's got parents in the 90s.
You know, he gets over it pretty quick, honestly. He gets some pet mice. It's fine. His grandma is like, oh, let me tell you about witches. To them, children smell like dog's droppings. They have purple eyes. They wear gloves because they have nasty hands, and they wear special shoes to cover their stumpy feet. All right, I'm already in. Here I am. She's like, they hate children. I don't hate children, but for the sake of this podcast, I will be on the witch's side. You know, just the childless, aging, lesbian femme. That's what I think's happening here with them. But I need to say that grandma's like, oh, I've tangled with the witches. Like, I used to hunt the witches. And then she shows she has a cut off finger. And I think it's because she's bisexual. I think that she was in with the witches. She said, I'm in love with the man. I'm sorry. This is the choice I'm making. I'm marrying this man. And Anjelica Huston was so mad. She cut off the finger to be like, you can't come back.
I think it's a fully fucked crime. Anjelica Huston that's not even. I feel like that's not even a reading between the lines.
That's canon.
That's canon. The film, I think, makes it fairly clear that that's canonically
I also
what
just
happened.
feel like the whole concept is like that these witches can kill children quite easily, sort of, right?
Yeah.
So I feel as though the fact that Anjelica Huston decided just to cut off a finger is like, I'm in love with you, so I can't kill you.
Right.
However,
also
you must
that Helga
be maimed.
was not a child at the time, because like she's not in a fucking painting, right? Like she's not turned into a newt or something. She got like physical altercation with a witch, a thing that they do not appear to do or advocate doing.
No.
Against children.
Yes, the children.
This was like college, early 20s. A toxic end to a relationship.
And
for sure.
The grandma's like total crone. She's living total crone life now. There's no grandpa. We don't hear about grandpa. Grandpa's off the table. No. We just know she has a kid, and this is the kid of the kid. Grandma's living her long gray braid lifestyle. She's doing some gardening. She's smoking cigars.
The cigars sent me.
Always has a cigar.
We're like, if you want to be
so
more healthy, the doctor's like, take away the cigar. She's like, nah.
Yeah. No, she's like, don't have sugar. Fuck you, doc. I'm just gonna live my best life. I'm gonna smoke my cigar. There is no man in the picture. It's that's a gay grandma. That's a gay grandma.
That feels like a gay grandma. And like, I don't know, Luke is kind of an annoying child actor. He's in the school of yelling. He yells the word grandma a lot, just like the girl from Spirited Away also does a lot of screaming, which is fine. But I was like, is Luke gay? I don't know, but I feel like Luke could be a little butch guy or a trans guy pretty easily. If you told me that this was somebody in my community, I'd be like, sure.
Yeah. I see it.
I buy that.
He's a child of trauma, that's for sure.
Like,
So we got that right there.
here we are.
I feel like too, there's like, this is why I said like this synopsis, like real lesbians dress in ordinary clothes. I feel like there's like this idea of her like warning this child about the queer community. Kind of. It's like, be careful of those gays, honey. Because like they don't wear high heels and they don't have nice long hair. They have these like shaved heads and like and short nails. Like I feel like the like everything about it is so just like on the nose. Like you're like stereotypical queer women are terrifying ? She's like, beware the gays. And that's like the beginning of the movie.
They end up going, grandma's got diabetes. So they go for a little getaway at the hotel we talked about by the sea. And right after they get there, fucking the highest femme you've ever seen in your life. Anjelica Huston in a tight dress in the middle of the day, full beat, looking incredible. She does not care a bit for Mr. Bean, who is playing. Rowan Atkinson is playing like the hotel manager, and he comes up to her. She's like, I barely see you. Are you going to kiss my hand or not? All right, you're not. I can't even see men. I can't see men, and I'm disgusted by children. There you have it.
That's a lesbian. That's a dyke.
Yes.
I also think it's so funny that they make such a big deal out of the grandma warning him that they don't wear high heels, and then Anjelica Huston is the only one who is so obviously in like the world's pointiest, femmiest shoes. You're like, okay.
She's not wearing orthopedics. Okay. She's not with me on that one.
No. Well, she's like, I gotta stay hot. Okay.
They also call her, she's the Grand High Witch, correct?
The Grand High Witch, yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like it's also just like she's the Grand High Femme.
Yeah.
Easy substitution. Yeah. Like she can wear she is the only one who can wear heels, and all of her like butch cronies, like they're just like, no, I'm the only one who can wear heels in this location.
I have an important question, and we can discuss it here, but really it's for all the gays, okay? This is for the whole community, everyone. Why don't we have more titles?
Oh,
like
Grand High
really,
Femme.
I feel like we could do with some titles, you know? Like if you think about some of the worst organizations out there, like picketing against us and all that shit, like they've got titles. I feel like I
what?
think we could. Like, I don't know. I'm thinking about, like, I mean, obviously, like, the KKK, they got titles, right? Like, a lot of, like, the evangelical stuff you're dealing with, like, church titles, right? All this stuff. Like, I just feel like we could do with some... I think it lends a little legitimacy that, like, maybe we could use.
You feel like we need ranking? I feel like it's a queer thing to be like, we don't believe in
horizontal.
Yeah, but you know, I also feel like, imagine if we had a parade and you got to be like, and now we have the Grand High Femme.
I feel like we do have a Grand Marshal of Pride parades, don't we?
But it's not like it's a temporary title. I think we need some that are more lasting, you know? I'm just saying, why don't we have more titles is all. Open
like
question.
A certificate, a stamp.
Yeah, discuss amongst yourself, you know? We could have tiers, we could have levels. We could turn this into a cult, is what I'm saying.
Or we could all be like,
the more I say it.
Co-captains. We'd be like, I'm a co-captain of the Queer Femmes Over 40. So
So true.
Okay. That keeps it kind of...
We could have like sashes and badges, you know? Like, I've earned my change of tire.
Oh.
Butch badge.
Yeah. I like that.
You know? I've made it up to a tier 2 butch.
So it's like Gay Scouts of America is what you're sort of looking at.
Yes. Maybe that's what maybe less cult, more scouts is actually where I want to land. I don't know.
We all have to wear our vests, and then we have our little pins or badges on the vests.
Yes.
Yeah.
Front and back. That makes sense.
Okay.
Sick hats. I'm just saying, I think we could do something. Just something.
I see it. I just
feel like, look at how powerful she was. She's like killing witches with her eyeballs, right? Like
I do also feel like let's discuss the power of the high femme. I do feel like it's like crazy how like much these women worship her, and she basically steps on them, like particularly her like assistant.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, I want to go to the gala. She's like, no, you can't do anything here. Like
no.
Yeah.
You're not here to have fun.
She's such a dom. She's doming everyone in her life except for her cat Liebchen.
Liebchen.
What does Liebchen mean?
It's just like sweetheart. I looked it up because for a minute I was like, is that the grandma's last name? Oh my God. And it's not, but they just sound the same. But I was like, what does Liebchen mean? And it just means, I think it's a term of endearment.
Yeah, it's like Liebe is love, so it's just like
My little love, kind of.
yeah, my little love. That would be the gayest thing ever to name your cat after your ex.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought was happening.
Stop.
And then she talks to it all the time and calls it that name.
Mm-hmm.
But she does a little bit of like, I don't know her. When she first sees the grandma, she's like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And the grandma's like, that woman looks familiar. And then the grandma, when she
Yeah.
sees her, I never understood this part as a kid. And as an adult, I still only kind of do. When the grandma first sees the Grand High Witch, when they're at tea,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
the grandma is eating a cucumber sandwich and she bites into it and she goes, fish paste. And then she drinks her tea and goes, there's sugar in this tea. And then the kid has so much anxiety now. The kid's like, you're going to die. She's like, I'm not going to.
Yeah. And to be fair, she keeps going into diabetic comas. Like it's
over and over
She's
and
not doing
over.
great.
She's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I was wondering in watching this film, like, do you feel like the Grand High Witch is trying to like know she has diabetes and was like, like put the sugar
Like,
in? Is that what we're sort of
Magical diabetic.
Yes, but then
yeah?
what is the non-sexual thing we're coming up with for the fish paste in the sandwich? Then is what I want.
The fish paste was to
What are
remind
we-
her of a pungent
what are we-
memory.
Yes.
What are we doing here? That is not sexual because I'm coming up with I got nothing. Any ideas?
There is no non-sexual explanation. You're correct.
I feel like the obvious thing is the Grand High Femmes had some work done, so Helga's like she looks so familiar,
She snatched.
right?
Yeah.
She's got a little tuck done, you know.
She got a deep plane.
Maybe she has a new face.
Yeah, she got the head transplant. She got the Kris Jenner head transplant.
Mm-hmm.
She's looking snatched because she's like 1 billion years old. She's so old.
Yes.
Like she's actually like hundreds of years old, and she looks incredible.
She looks incredible. To be fair, one thing that I don't think this movie really counted on with all the body horror for kids that they were serving up is like, I feel like sometimes movies, especially in the 90s, they really didn't consider like the tiny lesbians in the making that were watching this film who were like, I am like Anjelica Huston is now my root and also I'm terrified of her, right? Which I think really must have made some confusing memories for the tiny dykes. And I think that's just, you know, a tiny hate crime against all of us.
Do you feel like it's the kind of thing, like, you know how, like, sometimes when you have, like, a younger queer, they're like, I don't know, or, like, even straight women think, I say in parentheses, they're like,
Sure.
women are so beautiful, but I'm just, like, really scared. You know, I'm just
Of
like,
fish-faced?
yeah, like, I'm just scared to, like, do anything. Like, do you think it was because they're scared of Anjelica Huston?
Yeah, they're like, I'm scared she's gonna take her face off in bed,
but
and
I'm a little
secretly be,
but I'm scared
like,
to get turned
a
into a
terrorizing
mouse.
demon.
But I have to tell you,
face.
that is just a lane. As somebody who has some kind of like mean teacher curb appeal, that is like never been a draw. Like people who are just like, I'll, you know, like somebody. I was like, when I was rewatching this part, and there's a part where our main character Luke gets caught by all the witches, and they grab his arms and legs and hold his mouth open and give him this potion. And I was just like, I can imagine maybe everyone I've ever dated or even kissed being really into this happening to them. Like just being like, all these ladies, all these mean ladies are gonna pay so much attention to you, and oh no, I can't get away. Like I just felt like this is a lane, and somebody's watching. So I think like we were all watching in different ways, but I think there's some little guys watching it being like, whoa, those witches are pretty pretty mean. Huh? Sure would be bad if they caught me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, don't get all your friends and put the potion in my mouth.
Yeah, I see it. I also feel like, well, then there's the Bruno of it all, who's basically like, yes, please, I'm here. Like, doesn't fight at all. And
Bruno's
it's
just like, all food got bigger. This is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Like, he's having a time of it. He's like, oh, what? All I need is one grape and one peanut. People won't even miss it.
Bruno's so cute. We meet him nibbling on the edges of cakes at the buffet while everyone's taking a nap or whatever. And then he's like, give me my chocolate. And he doesn't even care. He doesn't even care that all these women like locked the door and they're staring at him laughing. He gets a little nervous. Anyway, then he transitions in front of them.
Yeah.
I don't know about the transitioning part of this. You know, when I chose that, I wasn't like, this is a trans story in any way, but I do want to say he turns into a mouse in front of them. And that's
in
horrific.
what I think is an objectively terrifying scene for children.
Green smoke coming out of his mouth. This is all Jim Henson work. all this puppetry and stuff that's
Yeah.
happening.
Terrifying.
It's terrifying. I mean, to be fair, because I was watching this today and I was like, oh, maybe I could watch, I like started. I was like, maybe I could watch this with the girls sometime. We are years away from my children being able to sit through this movie without running out of the room screaming at that scene. I was like, maybe I could fast forward. Maybe I could just skip it.
Because he's such a cute
No.
mouse.
Could I just skip it? He's
Honestly,
such a
he's
cute
a great
mouse,
mouse.
but the transformation is terrifying. When he's like shaking, his head's shaking back and forth. They have the weird like in between sort of Animorphs-style half mouse, half kid. They're not gonna. My kids are not gonna like that.
No.
Yeah. I do feel like if you wanted to lean into the trans allegory, though, it is sort of interesting because both of these boys turn into mice
Mm-hmm.
and they're not really that unhappy about it.
No.
Mhm.
Like, even towards the end, Luke is like, I really love being a mouse. Like, there's no like, oh no, I'm a mouse. It's
Right.
like, oh, this is a new way for me to live my life and I don't mind.
And I'm okay with it.
And I feel great.
Here's what I'm gonna say, Ellie. I want us to take a quick break because that I think is actually a perfect segue into my completely alternative reading of what is gay in this story and what the witches are. So let's take a
Let's do
hot
it.
break, hear from some sponsors. We'll be right back.
Starting or growing your own business can be intimidating and lonely at times. Your to-do list may feel endless with new tasks, and lists can easily begin to overrun your life. So finding the right tool that not only helps you out, but simplifies everything as a built-in business partner can be a game changer. For millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From household names like Gymshark, Rare Beauty, and Heinz, to brands just getting started. Shopify has hundreds of ready-to-use templates that can help you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand's style. And you can tackle all the important tasks in one place, from inventory to payments to analytics and more. No need to save multiple websites or try to figure out what platform is hosting the tool that you need. And if people haven't heard about your brand, you can get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you, with easy-to-run email and social media campaigns to reach customers wherever they're scrolling or strolling. Start your business today with the industry's best business partner, Shopify, and start hearing. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. That's shopify.com/realm.
Oh, please, not that music. That music gives me nightmares from my childhood.
Could we get something a little bit lighter? Some lighter music here.
Are you a fan of true crime TV shows?
And what about Unsolved Mysteries, the show that jump-started all of our love of true crime?
I'm Ellen Marsh.
And I'm Joey Taranto.
And we host I Think Not, a true crime comedy podcast covering some of the wildest stories from your favorite true crime campy TV shows all the way to Unsolved Mysteries.
Baby, you will laugh, you will cry, you'll think about true crime in a whole new way, and you'll also ask yourself, who gave these people mics?
New episodes of I Think Not are released every Wednesday with bonus episodes out every Thursday on Patreon.
And every Monday, you can listen to our True Crime Rundown, where we go over the top true crime headlines of the week.
So come and join us wherever you listen to your podcasts.
I'm Mandy.
And I'm Melissa, and this is Moms and Mysteries.
We're two Florida moms obsessed with true crime. From infamous cases like Ellen Greenberg to shocking Florida stories like the Dan Markel killing.
With 55 million downloads, we bring you new deep dives every Tuesday and Thursday.
Listen to Moms and Mysteries on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Brandy Basanti. For the last 15 years, I've starred on one of the most successful reality shows of all time, Storage Wars. On my new show, The Real Reality, my guest and I will reveal the real story of what it's like navigating fame and notoriety. We will explore their unique story, what really happened on and off camera, how becoming famous has truly impacted their lives, and what their vision is for their future. This is The Real Reality. Subscribe now wherever you get your podcasts.
Wow,
That
BetterHelp.com
was good.
really helped me out.
Yeah. Have you turned into a mouse and you need support?
BetterHelp.
Email us.
Yeah.
Okay, here's I love that you brought this up, Ellie, because here's my alternative take that I think was inspired largely by the very, very end of the movie for me, which is that whole scene of Luke being like, it's not so bad. I don't mind. I'm happy being a mouse, right? And then the assistant coming back and like turning him into a little boy, and then looking at her beautiful hands and driving away in the night. Okay, so here's my alternative take, which is that what if mice are gay? What if mouse is gayness in this story? And we have the witches representing heteronormative bigotry. Okay, and here's my argument as to why some of this works. Because you have this group of people who meet to have this convention for like objectively hideous views on the world, right? Where they're like, these children, a necessary and ubiquitous thing on the earth, shouldn't exist, and we need to do away with all of them, and no one's gonna stop us, right? So they have this whole convention to plan out like how to get rid of a group of people they find undesirable. Feels heterosexual to me. A little bit. We have these two young boys who come out as mice, and one group of parents who's like, we refuse to accept our mouse son. And then you have ally grandma who's like, actually, I still love you, but I am a little sad about it. But I'm putting on a brave face.
Yeah, I'm mourning the child you used to be, but I can love you as a mouse anyway.
Still love you as a mouse, and I'm going to do my best to make sure that you feel accepted and loved by me. And then, as should surprise nobody, like all of the witches end up being mice also. And then in what I think is the most classical 90s answer to this is like, never mind, you're straight again, right? At the very end. So that's my pitch. Let's dive in there. Thoughts, initial reactions, where are we at?
Well, the witches want to turn all the kids into mice, which to me makes them feel like they are the enemy of the normative family of heterosexuality. Like they want to if we're going with mouse is gay, they want to turn every child gay. Which
Yes. Which here's the thing, straight people keep blaming on the gays, but I'll tell you what, most of what we do on this podcast is talk about all the things that straight people make that definitely turned us all gay.
Fair.
They're constantly making gay media and then being like, no, it's not. And we're like, what are you talking about? Watch your own movies, read your own books. I can't help you here, right?
Yeah.
Yes. But I do see it as an interesting thing of like the witches as a cautionary tale of like you said, of turning children gay. Like it is sort of like the conservative talking point of like drag. So I feel like if you think that mice are gay, I find that to be interesting because I do feel like the witches are drag queens.
They are, and I'm fully bought into both completely conflicting ways to read this movie, and I think they're both happening simultaneously, and I have no problem with that.
But I still think mice equals gay. I think no matter what, mice are gay.
Mice are gay. Here's the thing that I think is the funniest about it to me, because rewatching this as an adult, right? Having the last time I watched this be a child where you just sort of don't question some things. The part of this movie that I actually think is the most wildly fucked up thing I've seen is that all of these witches turn into mice in the middle of a crowded restaurant, fully in view of other adult human beings, who then proceed to beat them all to death with like pots and pans and sticks and knives, in a way that I think just feels very straight to me, in the sense that like sometimes we've all watched like the bigoted hets out there just like see things with their eyeballs and be like, no. I'm not seeing this. That's not what science says. That's not how the world works. I can just willfully ignore reality in favor of whatever I've decided in my head is better. And I just think that there's something so crazy about an entire kitchen staff just beating a bunch of women to death, like in front of them as they're actively turning into. Some of them aren't even small yet.
Like one of them gets chopped with a cleaver, right? And her green blood comes out, and they're like kind of proud, and it's kind of a romantic moment.
And they're all doing that, having just witnessed, like they've all you all just watched it, like you all just saw that happen.
They were quote unquote human,
the
and
mouse
now they're
is
mice
talking to you, like you're listening to human words come out of this animal, and you're just like, yeah, better chop that thing in half, right? Like, where did all of my customers go? Unclear. And that's crazy. That's crazy. And that just feels extremely like, that feels like the straight world, right? Where they're like, this is bad. Homosexuality is bad. We're all against this. Here's our church. Every one of us is against this. That guy's molesting little boys? Nope.
Didn't see anything.
Nope. Didn't see anything.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Didn't see anything. I refuse this knowledge in favor of the thing I'm still gonna say out loud and believe with my whole heart until, wait, I'm gay too? Nope. Didn't see that. When I want to dress up as a bimbo, it's different. And you're just like, what is happening here? What are we doing?
You really brought it there. You really brought it there.
Listen, it was a long drive. Okay?
You got us here. You got us to the bimbofication, which is actually where we were meant to be.
No one wanted this. No one asked for this, and I'm sorry, but we're here now. So this is what it felt like to me. Is I was like, what are we doing? And then look at what happened. You have one witch who's like, actually, maybe gay people aren't so bad. Maybe I can be good. But she still thinks being good is like, I'm going to make you straight again.
I'm going to convert
and I was like,
you.
It's the wrong answer.
I really don't appreciate that she's blonde and wearing white. I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, it's very Jesus coded. To the end of Jesus Christ Superstar happens and they turn a little gay mouse into a straight boy again.
I find it rude that she's better than the other witches because she's blonde and has normal hands and white clothes. Give me a break.
I also think it's interesting because it's not what happens in the book.
What happens in the book?
In the book, he stays a mouse.
Good for him.
And not only stays a mouse, but there's actually a lot. So to be fair, we should while I'm taking us into the bimbofication route, like there's also a lot of interesting discourse about the book, The Witches. Some of it hinges on the fact that in the book, he stays a mouse and has like a really short lifespan.
Oh,
and yeah, because he's a mouse.
Damn.
So he's a mouse, and they basically end the book with them being like, we're going to go hunt witches for the rest of the life that you have, which is probably only going to be like another 8 or 9 years.
Oh, that's a long time. That's longer than I thought. I thought you were going to say like...
I mean, yeah, but he's still going to die when he's like a teen, right? Like he's going to be a teenager and then die. And he's like, well, that's okay because I don't want to live without you anyways, Grandma. So like, let's go hunt witches. And it's this whole thing about like, because there's a lot of discourse about people being like, there's not a lot of books about kids sort of accepting and being like, you know, coming to terms with like shortened lifespans and being like, you can still do something great and go hunt down witches and do all this stuff. And Roald Dahl was super mad when they changed it for the movie. He like threatened to take his name off the movie and everything. He was so against that specific change to the ending of the book, which might make you like Roald Dahl until you all go into the other discourse about the book, which is how wildly anti-Semitic Roald Dahl was and the depiction of the witches is in the book, which is a lot of like, they print their own money and have large noses and hate children. And you're like, well, okay.
Who doesn't?
That's
I know
a thing that also happened. But anyway, so that's just to bring, you know, all of the bad discourse into the mix. Here you go. This is where I've gotten us to.
I was thinking about that as I was watching it. I was just like, I know that this is true about Roald Dahl. I know it. I've never actually read one of his books. I was like, but I just love this being a gay person who I love, who I'm rooting for. And she's hideous and rich. And she hates children. I don't know.
And you're like, that feels relatable.
I just relate to her so much.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry,
I feel like if we reclaim it, I think that's where we're gonna help ourselves here. Reclaiming the witches.
I think they tried to make the description of them in the movie slightly less anti-Semitic than the book was. You know, did they make it? It was 1990. Like probably
like
not.
How far away is it? Because she's just like, okay, it's implied you're gonna have enough money to do this thing, which is to open a bunch of sweet shops so that you can kill all the kids. No, but there's enough money for that. We don't talk about the money anymore. Like it's just they did some smoothing out of it. They did some kind of de-problematification of it.
I think they tried to, but then of course it feels very 90s to be like, and also here's this clear theme of homosexuality, and your answer in the movie is to be like, but we don't stay gay. Everyone, don't forget we're going to turn Bruno straight too. Jesus is on his way to save you. It's a little, it kind of goes in like a weird place.
Like, don't forget Bruno,
Don't forget Bruno feels like every 90s movie, where he's like, no, my boyfriend. Okay.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you all noticed this, that some of the, like, all of the witches are women, but not all of the women are cis women.
Noticed that.
Yes, they're for sure are trans witches.
Yeah, there's a lot of dolls in that room.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the 90s. And it's like, I feel like in the 90s, they probably were playing that maybe for comedic effect, ? But I'm going to choose to be like, this is like trans women are women.
This is very
secret, inclusive 90s movie, The Witches.
This is an inclusive witch coven.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just one. Like, there were quite a few trans witches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like they didn't really they just show them and they don't really make a thing of it.
It's not addressed at all. There's nothing particular about them that's spoken to in any way. They're part of the coven.
It's not even, it's not even really played for the comedy of it. Like, they're there and you can see them in, like, they're usually kind of in the crowd, right, of this little convention. But yeah, I did think it was interesting that, like, if you're going to cast that way, I would have expected for a movie of this era to be zooming in on, like, look at these hideous witches. But they didn't. They're just there. They're just there vibing with the rest of the witches.
Yeah. I thought that was like, I was like, wow. That's just like canon queer.
Can we talk about one just kind of uncomplicated moment, which is Luke is running away from the witches. He just saw what happened to Bruno getting turned gay in front of everybody. He gets out, he goes underneath all their legs, crawls out of the, he's running around outside, evading them. And then Anjelica Huston, there was some mobster movie from the 80s or 90s where they do this too with a baby carriage. But Anjelica Huston looks at Luke down the hill, and then she's like, watch this. And she goes to a pram with a baby, a cute little baby, and she goes, bye-bye, and pushes the pram down the hill.
It.
And then the mother's like, bye-bye. And then Luke, the heroic young straight man at this point, runs to save the baby. And then that's how the witches, like, kind of see where he is. Then later, Anjelica Huston shows up in his grandmother's hotel room and is like, I thought she looked familiar. Don't worry, she won't wake up. I've activated her diabetes with a spell. I think about that kind of bye-bye a lot. That's something I think about quite a bit.
I'm so glad you brought it up, though, because that is another example of a time where I'm like, once again, we are asking you are asking me to accept the fact that that mother woke up to a woman fully shoving her child down a hill and was just like, normal things happening over here, but my baby, oh no. And I'm like, why? You didn't even like slap her. You didn't even say, and you said nothing to the woman who's like fully murdering your child.
No consequences. But then
no consequences.
Anjelica Huston seems to have used her witch magic to disappear so she could reappear in the grandma's room. Because I thought this too. I was like, the lady didn't report it to the manager or like police or anything.
No repercussions for her.
She's not like this hot woman in an evening ball gown in the middle of the day out on the terrace actively tried to murder my child.
Yeah, I feel like it really wouldn't be hard to find her.
The tall woman in the purple and black robes and gown. The woman with the purple eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
that one. Yeah. Anjelica Huston is perfect in this film.
No, she's amazing. She's everything. She's the moment.
When she brings Bruno into that room to eat his chocolate and she's about to turn him gay, she is like sexy writhing.
Yes.
She can't even take it. She's wiggling around like a snake, tapping its foot. She can't believe what's about to happen. She hates children so much.
She's like 5, 4, 3, 2.
I just want to say this is the ballad of the aging childless femmes everywhere.
And it worked. It's actually, fun fact, if you go back, you can pinpoint when most of the women, like as young girls watching this movie, turned gay to that same countdown.
Yeah.
And decided to never have children.
Yeah.
They were like, that's it.
You're like,
But but as a kid, I was like, I'll get some gerbils, and we'll call it good.
Or one cat, which is quite gay. Yeah, your little love.
I feel.
That's
What do we do about the anti-Semitic part? What do we do about it? Is the movie separate from the book?
I do think the movie is separate from the book. I do think there's some distinction. Because the specific description was changed, right? Like the wording that they used of like the specific features, they tried, I think, to remove the most obvious ones. Because I think in the book they straight up describe like they've got big noses and they can print their own money. They have a machine, and you're like, okay, well,
sorry, world,
that we've gone to a bad place here. And I do think they took those specific things out of the movie. They did make Anjelica Huston have a comically oversized evil large nose, which is still problematic. Yeah. But I mean, I think what do you do with all problematic media, right? Yeah. Is like you discuss and turn it gay. And that's, I think, the best we can hope for with everything is to make it secretly actually very gay instead of anti-Semitic.
It's gay, and I love her as a character, and I mean no disrespect to anyone by choosing this movie.
Yes. I think
that's the right answer. I think the right answer is we're all little gay mice, and there's a lot of, big scary cats out there, and we're just doing our best.
Yeah. It would be an honor to be that witch.
Exactly.
I have been volunteering at rock camp for girls and gender expansive youth for 25 years. So I also, children of rock camp, I wouldn't be able to teach you anymore for free every summer if I was the Grand High Witch, but as I am not, I'll continue.
One day.
Yeah.
We won't tell the coven on you.
When you retire.
Yeah.
We'll keep finally it under wraps. Assume your final form of Anjelica Huston.
Honestly, it's kind of like a pick, at some point, Michelle T and I were talking about like when she's a little older than me, we're talking about getting an aging icon, and she was looking at like Patti Smith, and I'm like, I'll look at Anjelica Huston either direction. Like I'm kind of interested when I'm 60 and just painting my skin green every day and being like, you don't have to say it because I'm saying it for you. You think this crone is like a witch? Good. I'm leaning in.
I do need to know though, you've got the bangs for it. Have you done the Grand High Witch for Halloween ever?
No. I could never. She's so glamorous and beautiful. I could never.
Don't undersell.
Thank you.
Do it. You got to believe in yourself.
Thank you so much. Yes. I've never really done a sexy costume. Oh, really? I'm more into like being like Slimer or like Grand High Witch without her face on. But
yeah.
Yes.
You can do both. You can be the Grand High Witch and then get the scary face mask on too. But I also think
Grand High Witch.
I think you could do both.
Thanks.
I think you got to believe in yourself.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's such an honor to think I could do such a sexy costume.
Honor to be nominated.
I'm like Grand High Witch as Mouse because she was a nasty looking mouse.
Oh yeah,
she's a terrifying mouse. Yeah. Like, I fully understand why he chopped her in half. I just think it's problematic when you know that's a person.
When you just saw that person 5 seconds ago, and then you're like, I guess it's just a rat now.
No questions, no complicated thoughts, just smooth brain, kill the mouse. And that's,
This is also, this was all stemming from the manager of the hotel wanting to like keep serving capitalism, keep his job, make sure the hotel was profitable. So getting rid of rodents. So he just didn't even have a moment of pause to think about what was happening. He just went, let's do this for the man. Let's do this for the profits. Let's chop up all these guests because I think they might be mice.
Now, also, given that his, sort of side piece starts like turning a little bit into a mouse, is this movie making a statement on furries? And if so, what is it?
I think that woman found herself sexually attracted to some of the bookish lesbians or the Grand High Witch. And so she started becoming a little gay herself.
Ooh,
that's what
I love that. And then he was immediately turned off by it. Yeah, that tracks.
I feel like she was like, they smell so good. I want to smell just like them. Unlike the children who smell like dog shit.
I am not making a fish paste comment. Make it in your own heads, listeners, okay?
Is there anything else gay about this film before we head into which characters we are shipping?
The parents of Bruno are not gay.
No.
Grandma's bisexual. I was wondering, is there... Oh, also, I just want you to know, this person who directed this directed The Man Who Fell to Earth, which stars David Bowie. And he directed a movie before this that was kind of a scary movie. But I wanted to say, does it mean anything that the witches go after neglected children?
Interesting.
That was
Because
one of the
it's like
descriptions. Yeah.
Because it's like the orphan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Orphan. And then you think that what's her name was also neglected.
I mean, her father sent her to buy milk. Unsupervised, you know?
I think I just saw this in one of the descriptions. I was trying to see if I could find think pieces beforehand. And one of the descriptions of the film was like, the witches go after neglected children. And I was like, just kind of the way a lot of us who are gay had a rough time at some point. Not all of us.
Yeah. I mean, Bruno is for sure going to get shipped to like a military school in about 5 years' time when his dad gets tired of him, you know, when he's like, I'm going to straighten you out.
I did find it interesting that the dad was like, it's our Bruno. And the mom was like, he's disgusting. Like, the dad who was like such a dick was like, it's okay. I still love you even when you're like, it's giving, have you seen Heathers, the musical?
No.
Or have you seen Heathers, period? Have you seen the movie? It's like, you know, it's like, I love my dead gay son.
Yeah.
I love my mouse gay son.
Yeah. It's giving that. It's giving that.
That was my last note of my notes about straight aging versus femme aging, queer femme aging. Oh, that was the other thing was like, the reason why grandma looks so old is because she like had a straight marriage and had kids and stuff.
So true.
Whereas the queer women just got to like keep investing in makeup and like the deep plane facelift. It was kind of normative aging versus childless gay aging or just gay.
Yes.
They're all vegan. They've got like, you know, a good diet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that for sure. I mean, yeah, like the gay high witch, whatever her name, like high gay, whatever, like looks so young comparatively.
She got a lot of sleep.
The face mask. Yeah. But
she got a lot of sleep that grandma was missing.
I also do feel like it was funny when she recognized the grandmother. She recognized her laying in bed. Prior to, she was like, "Oh," like she's like, "Oh, I remember you now."
Interesting. Yeah. She's like, I just needed the top-down view of you horizontal.
She's like, I've been like, who are you? And I'm like, oh, I know you.
I remember you.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Also, the doctor who goes to see the grandma at first and diagnoses her with diabetes, definitely a lesbian.
So gay.
Short hair, bossy. That's all.
I
rest my case.
I totally see it. Well, I also think that really quickly, the grandmother and the other child who got stuck in the painting, she's like, she was my best friend.
Oh, yeah. Secret gay relationship with Erica. Which actually also would track because I'm pretty sure they cursed Erica with just like, and now you live a cottagecore life.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, you have to feed the ducks forever.
Yeah. They're like, you live on this farm by yourself feeding ducks. Erica probably had a great time.
Sounds great. You get a lot of rest, a lot of reading done if there's books painted in there.
Yeah. I guess it depends what's actually painted in there. But yeah, I feel like
also,
she was living
did
a peaceful
grandma
life.
Did she get the painting? Because she was like, oh, she looked different. She was aged. Like, I feel like they gave her the painting and she was like, I'll keep my painting, girlfriend. Thanks.
I don't know. Because we didn't see her parents or anything. Like, we didn't see Erica's parents getting older.
Yeah.
We didn't, but how would
the
Helga
grandmother have known?
She was like up until 5 or 6 years ago, and then she sort of faded away. And I was like, why did you still have the painting 5 or 6 years ago?
She loved the painting. That was her primary relationship.
Yeah, that's why there's no grandpa.
Listen, gays do long distance in the weirdest of ways, okay?
Yeah. As the token bisexual of this film, she was able to have her husband in real life, to have her children. She had...
And her painting wife.
Her painting wife as well. And
Tumblr girlfriend.
Excellent.
Her cut off finger to show that she had tangled with the Grand High Witch.
Grandma really got around.
I love how they also she cut off the pinky because she's like, well, if I need you later, like, how about I don't ruin like your good fingers?
I want to say one more thing, which is, I think the Grand High Witch is a major candidate for ye olden cotton balls on the end of a glove for somebody with really long nails to have sex with. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like it's a thing of legend. Maybe no one's ever done it. She's done it.
She's tried it all.
She's magic. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
I love
Incredible.
it. All right, let's dive into our ships. Okay, so which characters are we shipping together? Who's your favorite couple?
Nicole, you can go first. We'll give you honorary dibs.
My favorite couple?
Yeah.
I don't know if these count as couples.
Do it. Hit us.
My two favorite romantic constellations.
Sure.
Yes.
Luke getting held down by all the femmes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
bisexual grandma and Anjelica Huston.
Yeah. Helga
Hot.
and the Grand High Witch for sure.
Yeah.
Does the Grand High Witch have a name or it's just Grand High Witch?
She does
It's
in
like
the
it's like
movie.
Edna or something. They don't really call her that. I think it's something with an E.
Her name her name is
Oh, it says Miss Ernst.
Miss Ernst. So do you have a ship name
If you put their names
for-
together.
for Helga and
Grandma High
the
Witch.
Grand High Witch?
Grandma High Witch.
Grandma High Witch.
I don't know if that works.
Yes, I like it. It's
Helge.
perfect.
Helge High Witch. I don't know.
Mhm.
What about you, Ellie? Do you have a ship?
I'm gonna ship Helga with Erica. Helgica.
Yes.
Helgica.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Lee?
Okay, I'm going to we didn't really get into it because I think they have like a couple years of, like long distance before they get there, but I'm going to ship Luke and Bruno.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they're going to be Luno, and because I just feel like you have these two little gay boys who are clearly like gay magnetism in their childhood, and I think they're just gonna reconnect, when they're both a little bit older.
We didn't see, actually, before they got turned into mice, they had a real call me by your name kind of whole subsection, like another like 20 minutes of the film we didn't see with the peach and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're so right.
But I feel like that scene too when Luke first gets turned into a mouse and then they're down like under the stage or something, and I just feel like there's this really cute moment where he's like talking about being a mouse and Bruno's like, "What do you mean? I'm not a mouse." And then he's like, "Oh, just because you're a mouse doesn't mean I'm a mouse, right?"
Mhm.
That feels very like just because you're gay and we're hooking up doesn't mean I'm. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like, I think it's Bruno sort of realizing some things about himself, and I just feel like that felt very relatable for the
And
queers
Luke
as
helped
well.
him figure that out. 'Cause he was down there for a while not knowing he was a mouse.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I'm just tiny and food is huge now, and I'm like in this cramped little space,
Nope,
Mhm.
it's like,
and I have a long tail,
Yeah.
but like nothing weird's going on.
it's a little bit of like, you can't be what you can't see. And he just had a moment of recognition
Mm.
and then reflection.
This is Bruno's closet is glass like moment,
Mhm, mhm.
Yes.
He's getting there.
I love that for him. There's so many good ships here. I feel like another ship I would like to do is just like the Grand High Witch with like all of the witches.
Mm.
I just feel like there's no way that this convention has not had some sort of orgy situation
They
happening.
for sure they're pulling numbers like at a fucking deli counter. I promise you.
she
Like
literally
they're
is
just
like
taking their turns.
She's like 10 at a time. That's all I can
Yeah.
handle. 10 at a time, come up.
Yeah.
And I'll give you your
And she's
gift.
like, "Who's at my room?" And her assistant is like, "The first group,
The
like what
first
do you?"
10. She's
It
like,
starts.
"Okay,
It's
I guess-
already 5 p.m.
Guess I'm
Like,
ready
what
for
do you-
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Mhm.
ready for their shift. Get out your latex glove and your, or maybe she doesn't need them actually because she has the stumpy.
It's a
Mm.
demanding schedule. Okay.
Yeah.
That would be exhausting. How many witches is that? It's a lot of
I
witches.
mean, all of them in England at that one. So
It's-
imagine her America's tour.
But it's hard to know what all of them are into, because
Mhm.
I was like trying to think like, am I standing her and her assistant? Because there's obviously a top bottom thing happening there. And I was like, I don't even know what the assistant's into. Maybe it's enough for her to get like told to go sit in a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she's edging all the time.
She's
And
like
that's part of it.
Or like maybe like some FIDOM situation going on.
That's why she's
Mhm.
like, that's why she's telling her you can't go to dinner. She's like secretly super into this. She's like, yeah, no, deny me. Mhm.
She's just waiting, be like, oh my God, I'm not allowed at dinner.
She's just up in the room sitting on a chair very like primly being like, oh my God, I didn't get to go to dinner.
She's like, you have one little cucumber sandwich with a little bit of fish paste.
Yes. Bring back the fish paste and it all comes together. I mean, I feel like we can agree though that the witches should have been gay.
Should have been gay.
Is gay.
All right, here we go. It is so gay. Let's head into our Q and gay. We're going to ask you some multiple choice. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Q and gay.
All right, question number 1. How would you get rid of children? A, turn them into mice. B, trap them in paintings. C, give them pet snakes. Or D, push them off a cliff.
Push them off a cliff.
It's so fast. It's so expedient, you know?
The mouse, like, I like mice, but like, I don't want them like doing a mutiny. I don't, if they can talk English to each other and like understand, no.
I feel like they really didn't think through that part of the plan enough. Like, if you just have a bunch of mice running around England, fine. Talking mice feels like you could have refined that formula a little bit more.
But are you going to be the one to tell her? Because she's going to zap your ass.
Well, I mean,
You know?
I'm not into it. It's fine.
Zap my ass.
Question 2. Pick a soup. Out of A, cress soup. B, cockaliki.
Oh my God.
C, Cullen skink, a soup name that actually exists.
Interesting.
Or D, hot dog soup, also a soup that actually exists.
What's in cockaliki? Do we know?
Cockaliki is chicken and leek soup.
I'm going to go with the cress.
Okay.
Even if it turns you into a mouse.
What a gift that would be.
Cullen skink soup is a creamy Scottish soup made with smoked haddock. So we got that fish paste flavor going strong if you want to reconsider.
I'm vegan. I think the cress is the safest thing for me.
Okay, there you go.
Great. All right, question 3. Pick a hotel kid. A, Luke. B, Eloise. Or C, Zach and Cody.
I'm going to say Eloise.
Here's the only problem that I will say with Eloise, because our oldest is named Eloise. And so people obviously have bought her the Eloise at the Plaza books that I had never really read. And then we did read them. And I was like, oh, this kid sucks.
Oh, no, she does? I've never read them either.
She's like extremely spoiled and extremely just...
I mean, she's at the Plaza.
She's at the Plaza, and she clearly is like a small privileged child with no boundaries, or she kind of sucks.
She breaks into a lot of things, right? Is it this?
She has no rules. She has no respect for anything. She's sort of like constantly destroying stuff at the Plaza and then being like, oh, well, and it's supposed to be like charming, I think, but it's not.
I mean,
and
I feel like she's like
now we read them to our kids and we have to
child.
be like, don't be like this. Don't be like
Can I send her to boarding school?
Sure.
All right. I find Luke annoying, and I don't know who those last 2 kids are.
Zach and Cody, like Sweet Life of Zach and Cody on Disney Channel.
I have no idea who those children are. That's too many kids for me. I'm gonna get Eloise and send her to boarding school.
Make them all mice, and then we'll run them by you again.
Eloise is getting an internship somewhere, not here.
Okay, great.
Love it.
Okay, she can go to boarding school with Bruno. Question 4. Who is the gayest in The Witches? Out of A, Luke, B, Bruno Jenkins, C, Helga, or D, the Grand High Witch?
D.
Obviously.
She's dedicated her life to it. She's dedicated her whole life. This is it. This is.
You ever been so gay you start a cult?
Yes. Yes.
It's really aspirational.
And I'm a member of several cults, and I just, there's nothing gayer than wanting to belong to a chosen family and creating your own chosen family. And you're such a control freak with so little therapy that you have to be in charge of the chosen family.
And then making convention, because that's the other thing I do love is like they start that. He walks into that room, and they all filter in and start taking their wigs off, and I was just like, oh, queer community, I love our convention. This feels highly relatable. This is every queer convention we've ever been to.
They're like, finally, we can unmask our straightness.
Exactly.
Yes.
I did do a keynote speech at a vegan conference before. That was a lot of queer femme people. And when they closed the ballroom doors, I was like, this is what we're doing here. This is what's happening. And we're all like,
your entire life led up to that moment.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. I'm so happy for you.
Thanks.
All right, our final question. What animal would you most likely be turned into? A, mouse, B, cat, C, frog, or D, bat?
Am I someone's pet or not?
Up to you.
As
Dealer's
a cat,
choice.
is that what you're saying, or just in general?
In general.
Yeah, it's up to you, I guess. If you want to be someone's pet frog, you can be someone's pet frog.
I think maybe I'd be a bat, because it's like a mouse of the sky, like I think mice are so cute. I think bats are so cute, but I don't want to like get eaten by an owl. I don't want to accidentally think I'm eating peanut butter. I'm getting actually like chopped in half or what, a glue trap or something. I'm going to be a bat. I'm going to go do some guano somewhere.
And just screech at the world. That feels
and
right.
I can't, and no one will catch me as a pet. Like no little kid's going to put me in a peanut butter jar.
Yeah. You live free.
Yeah.
Young and wild and free.
Can I ask you guys
Amazing.
one more thing?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
If the mice are gay, what's up with William and Mary, the mice that are the pets of Luke? Were they his gay root
interesting.
or what?
Oh.
Maybe.
Wow. We didn't even talk about William and Mary at all. Incredible.
William and Mary were
Where-
born that way.
Oh, they were
Yeah.
born that way. Okay, so this is nurture versus nature. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's why too, when the hotel owner is like, wow, we can't have mice here, and the grandma's like, your hotel is full of mice, and these perfectly hygienic, safe, cute mice are fine. Like, actually, ally grandma, love
Yeah,
it.
thank you.
Mhm. I love that. I think root for sure. I think it's like the gay magnetism of it all. He's like, I see you. And there's definitely like an attachment issue there too. Of like, these are my to bring it all back. Emotional support animals.
Those are his
Mhm.
emotional support animals.
Yes.
Out now with Andrew's.
Yes.
Wow, we nailed that.
Yes, amazing. Well, thank you so much, Nicole, for hanging out with us. It's been so fun. Why don't you let our listeners know where they can find your book?
Find my book anywhere you buy books. Really anywhere. I got in trouble for trying to drive people away from the evil empire. With my publisher was like, we need that. So wherever you get it, I'm happy for you to have it. And you can find me online at Nicole J. Georges on Instagram and everything.
Amazing. Why don't you leave our listeners with like a final affirmation? Read some from the
Ooh, yeah, pick your
from the book.
favorite.
Okay. Here's what I want to say. This is political. I'm bringing it back.
Yes.
This fluffy dog is saying this thing that is inspired by the activist Dean Spade, which is one of the themes of the book is we need to feel as angry and afraid as we are and let that feed our courage.
Ooh. Hot.
Yes.
What an ending. What a way to end it. Nicole, thank you again so much. This has been a blast.
Thanks for bringing up cockaliki soup. I can't believe how much care you put into this podcast and your research. It was such a delight. Thanks for talking about the witches with me. I was so happy to get this out of my system.
You've been waiting since 1990 for this.
Yes.
Yes.
We love hearing from all of you. We love continuing to build this community, and we just want to shout out some of our favorite things every episode. And this week, we want to shout out our listener, Alana, who reached out to us on Instagram to absolutely put us to shame for somehow not even really getting into in our K-pop episode. Listen, first of all, so many of you have told us all the things we've missed on our K-pop episode.
We know
were
so many things to talk about.
There are too many things to talk about, but we are absolutely remiss for having not really gotten into the pairing between Celine and Rumi's mom, the unspoken, obvious love story of the film.
Of course,
so we do hang our heads in shame and beg for forgiveness. That's all.
Also, love that she said that the sunlight, all the Sunlight sisters are also a polytriad. That basically is just like ages and ages of polytriads on top of each other, and I'm obsessed with it.
Honestly, so valid.
Yep, accurate. As always, I want to thank our Lesbian Jesus patrons: Mark Foster,
Lizette Stye,
A.D. Benitez,
Sophia Phillips,
and Armani Gucci.
And our King Princess patrons, Amy and Ellen.
And Andrea Doucette, thank you so much. We could not continue to make this show without you.
Remember, you can find us on all social medias. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, and TikTok at Lez Hang Out Pod.
You can email us at lezhangoutpod@gmail.com.
And you can check out our website at lezhangoutpod.com.
Whatever app you use for podcasts, make sure you subscribe so you'll be the first to know when new episodes drop.
We also have videos going up on our YouTube channel, so you can subscribe at youtube.com/lezhangoutpod to catch those.
Lez Hang Out is an independently produced show hosted by us with audio production by me. Our production assistant is Krista Murison, and other podcasting shenanigans by Lee Holmes Foster.
If you want to help support the podcast, first thing you can do is leave us a rating or a review on whatever app you use to listen to the show. Helps new people find us.
If you want to help support us financially, you can do that at Patreon. If you want to help support us financially,
It's a different website.
You can which we also have. It makes twice as much as our Patreon.
It would.
If you want to join us on Patreon, you can join at bit.ly/lezpatreon. We have bonus episodes and a Patreon-only Discord chat, and our patrons really help make this show continue to run.
If you want to get some Lez Hang Out merch, you can find all of our designs at our new store on our website or at bit.ly/lezmerch.
And remember, we have a queer production company making queer podcast musicals with guaranteed happy endings that you can find everywhere at $Beanprod.
You can check out our website at dollarbeanproductions.com.
You can listen to our first 2 shows, The Flame and Journey to the Heart, on any podcasting app.
And if you want to help support us in making more musicals, you can join our Patreon at bit.ly/$beanpatreon.
If you want to follow us individually, you can follow me at Ellie Brigida on Instagram and TikTok.
And you can find me at LSH Foster on Instagram, Blue Sky, and TikTok.
With that, I'm Ellie.
And I'm Lee.
And
let's hang out again soon.
Let's hang out.
Ever open up your podcast app, scroll forever, and still not know what to listen to? And there are millions of podcasts, and most of them, they just don't grab you. That's why I created Something You Should Know. Every episode is built around surprising, useful, and fascinating ideas. We're consistently ranked in Apple's top 200 with thousands of 5-star reviews. But more importantly, people come back because they learn something interesting every time. If you're tired of searching and you just want something good to listen to, try one episode of Something You Should Know right here on the platform you're listening on right now.